Hello, tutor and partners. I'm Julie Paulin Parra for speaking class by tutor Rustela Castaño. The following is a summary of a class that I have seen. In this moment, I talk about connectors of cause and effect. Do to, therefore, for this, that reason, as a result, consequently. This a little bit for these connectors. There are many connectors, but it's some. An example. I wake up at 4 a.m. Then I get up after some minutes and turn on the radio, and later I take off my clothes. After that, I get in the shower, I look for my towel. I get out for the shower. After that, I put on my clothes. Also, I help my son to prepare for him to go to school. I always prepare the breakfast, so I help my husband with his clothes in order to he is ready. Therefore, at 5:30, we are all having breakfast in a dining room. This is my example. Well, using verbs do, go, or play. The using play is used with ball sports or competitive games, where we play against another person. How often do you play tennis? Tennis is a ball sport. Do is used for a recreation activity or a non-team sport that does not use a ball. I heard that you do karate. Karate is a non-team sport. Team activity. Go is used with activities that end A and G. We go somewhere to do something. I'm going finish on Sunday. Okay, the theme of class development question. By means of the question, we acquire communicative skills in English. Also, these help us to have interesting dialogues. Language learning. This question can be all subjects. For example, language learning, money and work, art, technology. Some examples for question can be: do you speak any other languages? How many languages do you speak? Which language do you speak? How long have you been studying English? This is in order to improving by means of question, improve your languages you're speaking. Okay, next I talk about order of adjectives. First, determiner, the, and follow quality, 3, 2, 1, opinion, interesting, amazing, peaceful, famous, important, useful, excellent, nice, cheap, expensive, comfortable, size, little, small, huge, big, heavy, light, wide, high, follow age, or old, or young, maybe, shape, square, round, rectangular, triangular, narrow, color, red, whatever, proper, Italian, another, purpose, sports, for instance, plus noun, car or whatever. Some examples can be it's peaceful and amazing place, whatever, or it's small, old and blue. It has new wheels, this car, for instance. Okay, the follow theme of class development, adjective clauses, with use which, that, whom. For instance, Anton tastes the food which is cooked by Remy. What are the things that you are used to open or close looks? Use, and in this moment I talk about use of used to when talking about habits in the past. When, for instance, when she was young, she used to have long hair, but now she has short hair. There used to be a cinema here, but now there's a restaurant. Okay, right moment. Reported speech. Reported speech is used to express the meaning of what we said without using exact words. Not are quotes used, quotes not used. When the report is in the past, we need to change the time as shown in the following chart. Direct speech. If you talk simple present, reported speech would be simple past. If present progressive, your report speech is past progressive. If you direct speech is simple past, the report speech is past perfect. If you direct speech is past perfect, change past perfect. You use will, and in direct speech you change would in the report speech. If you use can't in the direct speech, you change in report speech could. If you use may in the direct speech, and you change might in the report speech, and the use must direct speech, and you change report speech in had to. Okay. Another work that you use in the direct speech. This there report change that does direct here, change there, now, change then, today, change that day, yesterday, change the day before, tomorrow, change the next day, 2 days ago, change 2 days earlier. Last week, month, year, change the week, month, year before. Direct speech is next week, month, year, change the following week, month. For instance, I was in my house with my wife. John said. Report speech could be John said that he had been in his house with his wife. And another example could be Amanda has to work tomorrow. I said. And in a report speech could be I said Amanda has to work tomorrow or the next day. Okay, in this moment, use can, could, be able to. Can, these are modal verbs. These particular modal verbs. Can use possibilities, ability, use for informal requirements on and others. Example, I can speak English. Could is used past. Ability to formal requirements. An example, I could speak English. Could. Be able to can be used at all times for skills, in order to talk skills. Example, I'll be able to speak English. Okay, let's continue vocabulary Easter. This meaning I found in Collins dictionary. The first word, priest. A priest is a member for the Christian clergy in the Catholic or church, another church. Procession. A procession is a group of people who are walking, riding, or driving in a line as part of a public event. Reveille. A reveille is a religious leader. Mosque. A mosque is a building where Muslims go to worship. What are gerunds? Gerunds is a verb in its form ing. How to use the ing? In continuous tense, present continuous, present perfect continuous, past continuous, future continuous. After specific verbs such as admit, avoid, consider, enjoy, can stand, don't mind, when the verb is the subject. For instance, skiing is my favorite sport. After preposition, I improve my English by practicing every day. In this moment, I talk about garment sports. Some vocabulary. Sports, shirts, speakers, spikes, sorry. Sweatshirt, tennis, running shoes, um, tank top, tank, tank top. Okay, then use of had to and must. Have to express obligation. I have to brush my teeth twice a day. Have to is used to talk about the past. Must talk about feeling in present. You must come, for instance. Okay, the follow is vocabulary sports. Archery. Archery is a sport in which people shoot a arrow at a target using a bow. Discus. Discus is a heavy circular object which athletes try to throw as far as they can as a sport. Long jump. The long jump is an athletics contest which involves jumping. It's a competition. Bowling is a game in which you roll a heavy ball down a narrow track towards a group of wooden objects. The following subject is fact and opinions. Facts are facts that have been made through investigation or census. For instance, Mexico City has 8,041,000 inhabitants, whereas opinion is what is said about this place, what is observed. While opinions is what is said about this place. Is when you say, hey, this beautiful country, on whatever. Okay, next continue. Comparatives and superlatives. Comparatives adjectives are used to compare a certain characteristics or quality between two or more things, animals or people. Example: the mouse is smaller than the owl. You can use faster or longer or bigger or happier or prettier or nicer for the comparatives. Always next to them for comparatives. Superlatives adjective express the maximum degree of a character of an element with respect to other of the same group or condition. Example: the fastest car is the blue one. Or you can say the most intelligent, or the most comfortable, or most exciting, or most dangerous, or prettiest, or happiest, or biggest, or the nicest. Okay, let's continue talking about pros and cons of something. In this example is using a car. Pros: it is more comfortable. I can go with other family members. We can change the route if we need to do so. We can stop wherever we want. Or cons of using a car: we have to pay for gas on tolls. It's difficult to find parking. We pollute the earth. If there is a traffic jam, we will be stuck. Okay, and next, the punctuation guide. Punctuation is used to make sense, provide clarify, and embrace content in sentence. We use punctuation mark to organize and structure what we write. For instance, period is half pound, and his name is period. Question mark, M dash, slash, ellipsis, apostrophe, comma, and another thing. Okay, next, conjunctions. First, then, because, and, but, when. To talk about a daily routine, you can use get up, take, have, go. For instance, I wake up at 6 o'clock. I get up after some minutes, and I turn on the radio, I take off my clothes, and then I look for my towel, and later I get out of the shower and I put on the clothes, and after that I go out. Okay, let's support your answers. At the moment of giving an answer, it must be accompanied by an explanation, because, how, where, how long, its answers. It's very important this support your answer in order to the other person understand that I say, or that I say, or he say, or her say. Her says. Prepositions. Preposition on, at, and in. A preposition is a word that link a noun, pronoun, or noun phrase to some other part of the sentence. Example: to the office, at the desk, on the table, in an hour, about myself. Okay, and finally, using language relate with conflict situations, acknowledge, respect the person, reach a solution, clarify how the person sees the problems, how can you organize, explain, try to reach agreements, explain the situation. This is very important for when you find in this situation and conflict maybe. It's very important this you talk about go without or go out this situation the better manner. Thank you for tutor. Thank you for listening and watching. The summary is very important for me because I allow me to understand the themes of chapter better. Thank you.